Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're excited for like a really honest conversation about ups and downs in business. If you are looking for like rah, everything is awesome, keep growing, thrive, all of that, this is not going to be this conversation. This is a conversation around this idea that all businesses go up and down and we're in it for the long haul. And I think we all know this or we've heard this, but the conversations around us don't really address it so much. And I think that we need to talk about, when things go sideways, how we respond. And so while I am not currently running a network marketing business, Karen and I run this coaching business full time. And so there's a lot of parallels between, what everyone is experiencing in current business climate, but just this whole idea of like businesses going up and down and we're in it for the long haul and all of that stuff. And so October really marks 7 years since I took on my first client, my coaching business. So I've been thinking a lot about things. But what also happened is that we had a rough last quarter from a sales perspective. Now our products are fine, great, whatever. But like as a business, it was pretty rough. I'm going to be really transparent with you around our journey and our business. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to make sure that you know that you are not alone when your business goes up and down. It's not a question of if your business ever will go up and down. You will never see a business that goes straight up like that without any ups and downs. Um, and so I want to make sure that you know that that's normal. I also want to give you some thoughts on how we always bounce back from those, because I think when people hit a rough lull in their business or a downtime, there's two options: to disengage and be like, what's the point of this anyway? I'm so discouraged. I'm not going to do anything. Or write the plan that I'm going to roll out to you today. So here's, I'm like, do I say this or not? Okay. So here are the last 20 months of sales for our company, our coaching company. And this black line here in the middle is like, what is our goal? And so you can see some pretty high highs. Sometimes we'll dip below that. And then like, oh my gosh, look what happened here right at the end there. Ouch, ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. And this has been a great 20-month run, to be honest. We've been really happy with how we've been able to help people and how we've been able to show up. So the big question is like, what is happening here? This is 3 months in a row under the line. Dang it. So the question is, does that make me unsuccessful? Does that make me a bad business owner? Does this make me a complete fraud in any of the things that I'm advising people? And I really had to wrestle with that. But here's where I am today. There's this verse in the Bible in Proverbs that says the righteous man falls down 7 times and gets back up again. And it doesn't say that the righteous man doesn't fall. And this is always a good reminder to me that falling isn't the thing to focus on. Getting back up is what we need to focus on. So it is natural that we encounter lower sales in our business and want to withdraw. It's also natural to have peaks in our business. But we need to make sure that we respond in the right ways. Now with peaks, we need to respond by being grateful. We need to respond by deconstructing that success. What do we do to create that success? One of the things my business coach taught me is whatever's happening right now is probably a culmination of the last 90 days of effort. And so what we do when we have a high month is we're like, okay, what did we do in the past 90 days that created that spike? Which also means when we have a low, we need to look at what did we do in the last 90 days. So what I want to share with you is our process for how we respond to lower months. Of course, after I act like Chicken Little for a day or two, my previous finance advisor called me Chicken Little, like the sky is falling. Because for my personality, it's like whatever's happening today is real. So if we're doing really well today, I'm like, let's go on a trip and let's do all this stuff, right? And then if it's not a great day, and it's like day to day for me, then I'm like, oh my gosh, am I gonna have to live with my mom? Like it just I kind of get extreme. And I think it's because I care so much. So here's how we respond. Number one, and I just hope that some of this wisdom is helpful for you. Number one, we do a really big deep dive. We reflect on our numbers, our marketing calendars, and our offers. Usually, something quite literally is not adding up. Like we're expecting our conversion to be higher than it should, or right, like just the numbers don't work, and that has created the gap. And so we need to fix one of those bottlenecks. We basically do what I would call an autopsy. We do an autopsy when one of our months has had a nice long life, right? And we're like, gosh, what happened there? But when we have challenges, we do really detailed, like what broke, what's messed up, what's cause of death, right? Like we really get very detailed there so that we can go through and we can fix the problems one at a time. The next thing we do, I have 6 things. The next thing we do is we typically increase our coaching investment. Now, most people cut back. And what we do when we run into a little bit of a lull is we invest in wisdom and in ourselves. Now, the assumption here is that if we're in a lull, so this is the lull I'm talking about here toward the end, then here's my perspective, that my wisdom got us all the way here. And I heard a client, Robbie, say this once. And so if there's something broken in my business, well, that was created by my wisdom. So I probably need to make sure that I am pulling from, I need some more wisdom, right? The lull is because I need some more wisdom. So if we have a blind spot, we take extra care to dot our I's and cross our T's in this plan. So if we've hit a lull, we make a plan, we do the autopsy, we make a very detailed plan, but then I always make sure I have a couple sets of eyes on it to confirm that is correct, right? I'll typically increase my coaching investment. The third thing that we do is we double our social media output. Now, it's not usually strategic, but instead of showing up once per day, we'll shoot for twice per day. The more showing up you do, the more people you'll run into. That's better if you're in the encouragement business. The fourth thing that we do is we increase our individualization, which is a core differentiator. You probably heard most businesses run on relationships. And so we pull back a lot of automation or decision making that we might do in an incubator, and we talk to more people. We talk to people as individuals as opposed to a group. And there's a lot of ways to do this. We'll shift our email strategy, our messenger strategy. We'll invite people to more appointments. We'll do more recognition. We just really try to flood our space with encouragement as much as possible and as much connection as possible. The fifth thing we do is we make sure to care for our bodies by eating well, exercising, and sleeping. We do not go into overwork mode, although we might increase our talk time with people. We don't start working 12 hours a day. We just get really, really focused on when we're working. Are we with people? Are we connecting? Are we showing up? Or are we in doing withdrawal things that are keeping us from talking to people? So by eating well, exercising, and sleeping, this allows us to be more resilient, more present, and more helpful. And the sixth thing that we do is we turn up the encouragement and gratitude inside of our business. So we will do things like track the humans that we are helping. We will increase the amount of success stories that we share as a recognition tool, but also to just keep us encouraged. We focus very, very much on what is working, what are the things that we are doing that we can control, and then what are the things in our business that we're grateful for. Those things keep us in a positive mindset for the next 90 days until we reach an inevitable spike, which happens pretty predictably. And so the tops are not permanent, but neither are the bottoms. And I think that that's really hopeful. And so we just kind of not put our heads down, we put our heads up right? Because we're encouraged, we're connecting with people, right? We're doing all of those things. And then we really work hard to connect with people for 90 days straight without worrying about the things that we can't control. And almost every single time you'll see a spike. And so, like, let me show you, right? So if you end up with a little bit of low, you'll see 1, 2, 3 months spike, right? Here's 1, 1, 2, 3 spike. Like, you'll just see that, right? Like, it just kind of goes up and down in cycles. And so we know by doing the things that we talked about here, really reflecting on our number and our offers and making sure they connect, increasing our coaching investment, doubling our social media, increasing our relationship building, caring for our bodies, and turning up the encouragement, gratitude in our business, we will see a spike in sales within 3 months. So that's how we stay resilient. This is the process we use to fix challenges in our business because we want to build our business to last. We have been in business as a coaching company for 7 years. We are not going anywhere, but in order to, stay, like, here's what's hard about my job. And I think you guys will relate to this as recruiters, that when you have impacts, right, like normal stuff, like we still have to show up on camera every day as like the beacon of hope. And when things are not going exactly according to plan, that's really hard. And for me, it ends up like creating a multiple personality disorder, or that's what it feels like. And so I want to acknowledge that that is challenging, and that's why we focus on these other things. So I hope there is something in here that is encouraging to you. If there is, I'd be really grateful if you left a comment on just like one thing that you're grateful for, or that was encouraging for you, or just kind of an aha moment. If you guys need support, if you need help, so there's a few areas, right? We have sales, time management, we have recruiting, we have retention, we have leadership stuff like building systems and really being confident in your leadership abilities as a network marketing leader. If you guys need support with that, I want you to know that you're not alone. You can get help. I'm going to say this respectfully. It might not be your upline. Your upline may not be capable of being all things to you, because they're not coaches full time, right? And that's not to say that your upline is not a great mentor. I'm not saying that at all. But if you need extra support, I want you to understand that there isn't like, sometimes that's just wisdom. And so if you want extra support, if you want help, if you want to improve your skills, you need some encouragement, like we are here for it. So just send me a message with let's chat, or put it in the comment, and either myself or Karen will reach out to you. And we can chat about one of our 8-week masterminds, which is like a short thing, or our resilient leader, which is like a 6-month business building process. And we can talk about that, and we can see if we can work together. So, so glad that you listened to this. I hope that you don't judge me, for not being perfect in all things in my business. And so I hope that one of these things is really helpful for you, or even if you're like at the top of your game and you have a team member who is at the not doing so well, that one of these things will be helpful for them, to encourage them and to know that. Right? It's all part of it. So I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. And thank you so much for sharing what are your takeaways here. I'm glad you think we feel like a beacon of hope. That's great. Love the increase the individualism, connecting with more people as opposed to selling. Trying to change my post from sales to solving a problem, hoping people see a change in the way people respond. Yeah, I think that's right. Danielle, you think I'm the best. That's awesome. I appreciate that. All right. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.